Hello and welcome to Wyverns and Weirdos, a D&D podcast set in the world of Fierlor. Do we have any announcements beyond the usual Patreon and Redbubble? No.
I do just want to say if you are joining us tonight, or whatever time of the day you're listening to us, whether you've only just started, which weird place to start, or you've been with us from the start, or whether you're binging us at some point in the future, thank you very much for listening and for everything. Your support, be it past, present, or future, really does mean the world to us. We get so excited whenever we get any new listeners or whenever any of you interact with us. So please continue to do so, no matter where we are at what point. If we're still contactable somewhere, message us about this silly little podcast that we make that is very much a passion project that has been around for 2 years now. 2 years? Fuck. 2 years?
Yeah.
I'm right? Yep, 2 years. Far out. Yeah, we love you, and we've loved making this together, and hopefully you guys can tell that as well.
Yeah, we have our socials in our little name cards if you're on YouTube or down in the description, everywhere else. Except Jake has a little, we've got a little joke for Jake's name card, but
if you want to contact Jake, contact any of us and we'll tell him.
we'll pass any messages along, but
or send a carrier pigeon.
A carrier pigeon does work too. All of them, any carrier pigeon you find, they just tell them, find Jake. It's astonishing sometimes. I'll be walking down the street and I'll just see this flock of pigeons and I'm like, yes, Jake's got mail again.
I am also allergic to them, so please tell them no touching.
Anyway, let's jump into another episode of Wyverns and Weirdos. Back. So, where we last left off, the party relaxed a bit, had some chats and the likes, poured some heart-to-hearts in the aftermath of the battle against Zorthram Tathara, and they were also summoned by Lord Zalna Horther, Lord of Silver of the Council of the Many, to which they responded by or Neumann in particular decided to respond to by conjuring up a conga line from the patrons of the bar, the tavern that they were in, and conga lining all the way to the civic district of Durham and Lord Horther's officers.
We might not know exactly where we're going, but we're going together, and that's what counts.
Caius, probably a couple of people back, in the conga line, is helping to guide the direction of it.
Like giving slight nudges in a direction, just goes up the line.
as he is familiar with where they need to go.
So Rook actually is in the conga line and she's probably speeding it up, mildly moshing. It's just being all right, let's go. Pushing forwards.
All right. And so you reach the officers. And do you go in?
I mean, we can't stop, so yeah.
No, we just stay out the front in a conga line. We're playing Snake with the conga line.
4 people from the front of the line. Caius is going to knock on the door.
Yeah. All right. And you see a gnomish man step out and look up from like these round glasses, and at the crowd gathered and go, well, this is mighty unusual, but I'm glad you got my correspondence. Would you like to come inside?
Do you mind if I bring a couple of plus ones?
I suspect there might not be the room.
That's fine. All we need is a couple of table chairs out the front, and we can just make another room. Now, how long? I forgot to ask. How many people is this? Is the conga line long enough to go all the way back to the tavern we're in?
No.
Because if that's the case, Neumann will attempt to pass a message to the back of the conga line to then bring tables from the back of the conga line to the front of the conga line.
It's not that long. There's, including yourselves, there's probably about 30 or so.
Let's make it 35 to match the roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Well, I mean, it's. I think there's only roughly around about like 30, 35 of us. Surely there's like a little bit of room.
Ross from right behind Neumann kind of sticks her head out, and she's like, I mean, to be fair, Neumann, I got from the gist of the letter this might just be just a us party kind of thing.
Yeah, I think
and
it's
then
a
we can come
private
back to the
thing.
conga after.
Are we at this silver place yet? Where are we? I don't know what is going on.
Also, I think Anya maybe needs a moment just to like sit down for a second. The elven constitution, man, I'm not used to it.
I heard that. And you're right.
Neumann will turn to address the crowd. So everyone, thank you for your valiant effort thus far. This has been one of the best conga lines I've done to date. But I now have a task for you all. I would like to do a competition. Whoever can come up with the best modified conga dance whilst I'm away will receive a prize. You will not know what that prize is until I give it, but let me tell you, it is definitely worth it. So, I don't know how long we'll be, and so that's why you got to come up with a good one quick and perfect it. I will be judging everyone very harshly, but I know you're all up to the task. So, without further ado, get to it. And he does the finger guns as he backs in through the doorway, hopefully not pushing the gnome out of the way, but sort of like gesturing like, I'm coming through, please make way. And then does the finger guns through the door as he disappears inside.
Okay. I think before you go in, who is going to do this? Can Tanip do this, or is it going to be Braxton? Yeah, so Tanip is going to make up a quick potion and pass it to you, Anya. This should clear your head for a bit.
Okay. She realizes it's Tanip and she downs it in one go, assuming it's alcohol. What happens?
It is not. It is the restorative tonic, which basically is the effects of lesser restoration. So yeah, sobers you up.
She kind of shakes herself off a little bit and she's like, "Oh, thank you, Tanip. I know technically you weren't invited, but you were with us from the start. I think you should come too. Where's Braxton? He was invited."
Yes, I'm here. He says, like, coming back forward from like where he was in the conga line.
Well, shall we? And she offers her arms out to both Braxton and Tanip to have them lead her.
And they do so.
Cute. I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Lord Horvath to say, yes, Tanip Tanip is aware of the piece of all important situations. So that's what her presence is permitted. Come on in.
Ross does a little boogie and
But he again has made himself quite small. He looks quite overwhelmed now that we've gotten here. But he will walk in.
Okay. Yeah, so you come in, and it's a fairly. It looks like a fairly standard, like bureaucratic office. Though well furnished. The furnishings are high quality, well made, and there's a lot of particularly silver trimmings, and a map of the particularly the silver reaches of Erethold upon the wall.
Ross has immediately realized that this is not quite as silly and fun as she thought it was, and she's kind of pulling back and being a bit more professional.
If anyone looks, Neumann was the first one in, and he's also knows the same thing. So when you all come in, he is like standing very like, I don't know what the word is, but proudly, as if he's about to give like a professional speech or something. He's dusted himself off and everything, and he's sort of just waiting for you all to come and join him.
Caius has also turned into Noble Caius.
Rook has turned into judgmental. About the
Anya, who can't see how fancy this place is is like chatting happily to Braxton and Tanip about just what they've been up to, and it just pays no heed to the importance of the situation.
Again, I must place gratitude towards all of you. Is there some collective name you go by, or should I continue referring to you by Heroes of Dorum as a collective, and by your names as individuals, of course?
I guess that works well enough in the meantime. Kind of looks around at everyone.
I mean, we are just a group of friends. I don't see why that needs a special name.
Of course. I just ask, as I know a lot of adventuring troops tend to fashion themselves a collective name. But there are just as many who don't. Now, I speak on behalf of my fellow lords and ladies of the many. We have discussed what rewards we believe would be fitting of this immense task that you have achieved. But before I elaborate, I should ask, what is it that each of you wants?
Mine's a bit of a stretch. I mean, I don't mean to butt in if anyone else wants to go, but yeah, mine's a little out there. If I'm not even sure if it's possible. I mean, how much say do you have in the matter?
Let's just say if it falls in a certain range, then we have a decent scope to work with.
decent scope, as in, like, maybe perhaps you could free Karas?
That is unfortunately outside of our capabilities. I have been informed by some of the situation that Karas is in, but while the wizards retain control, an effort of that kind would, from a political standpoint, be an act of outright war.
Yes,
That
I'm
is
well
not
aware.
something that is not something that Erethold can afford right now.
Basically the only thing I want is I just want to see my family happy again back in the place that we grew up. And if that's not something that is easily accessible, I didn't think it would be, then I think I'm just going to have to work and sort of do that myself or as much as I can. So perhaps some assistance in doing that with me, in the way of perhaps providing me with mechanical resources and perhaps a space that I could call my own.
Now that is certainly within our remit.
Because I went to this temple, actually. It was really nice. It wasn't too far away from Karas, actually. It was in Karas, sorry. But yeah, it was really nice. So they had all these big steam sort of furnaces and everything. It was incredible. You could make anything in there. I want that. I want it for me. The stuff I could make in there could make a difference. So, I guess what I'm asking you, and okay, no, and let's add a bit of a touch of flair. In the convocation, actually, in the base room, it's sort of like, we came into this like white room, almost seems like it went on forever, but we like just went through a door in a small building. It was really strange, just at the very base of the tower. Maybe could we have something like that, where it's like, you walk in through a door and it looks really tiny, but on the inside it's really big.
That is...
And then I have my entire workshop in there. Yeah, no, that'd be really good.
That is certainly
Oh, I'm
possible.
sorry, I've just got so many ideas. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. I'm gonna scope. Yes, just that, and maybe some mechanical supplies, because I do have a few things in mind.
This all sounds entirely possible.
Well, thank you. It's, I guess, the best I can hope for right now.
Who is next?
Ross is gonna go up and hold Newman's hand, and she's similar to Neumann. All I want is for Karas to be free. However, he and I do not share the same skills for doing so. But then again, I don't know if you guys have anything that could grant wishes, but certainly some monetary help could also assist in our efforts if we are to be tackling this fundamentally. And she looks up at Neumann. Alone.
I don't think we'll be alone, but it's gonna be a pretty big task.
Yeah. So wishes or money, sir? Or both.
I think such an item can be procured. And of course,
I do have the wishes.
I know, but I want wishes too, then we can match.
Then of course, funds to further aid here.
Thank you. That is... Yep, Ross just stays with Neumann. Yep.
And he whispers, "Thank you."
I guess then Rook will walk up and she'll be like, All right, as a fellow Karasi here, I agree with my fellows that all I want is to reclaim my homeland. However, I do appreciate that you're not wanting to strike at Karas and cause political turmoil. I think we'll be able to sort this situation ourselves. However, there is something that is in the hands of this country more so that I could appreciate some help with. She looks somewhat resentful. Some artifacts from my tribe were stolen, and I believe that they've ended up here. Now, these are important components and important to my cultural heritage. So if you could give me any information on who may have taken these, I would be appreciative.
If you can provide us with further details on the artifacts in question, then we can certainly look through our channels into where they may have fallen.
I'll do so. I'll write some notes on it. That's much appreciated. Also, secondly, if you could get a replacement for this thing, and she indicates her belt of Heel Giant strength, I believe it is.
Yes.
That would also be appreciated. I don't appreciate the hands that this fell into for a time.
Of course. We might be able to seek out something that is a bit of an upgrade too.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you very much for your generosity. And she steps back.
Anya, she steps forward and joins the others. And as she sort of passes by Rook, she grabs her hand and squeezes it. And then lets go. And she's like, I want to help too, if I can. And she's not really addressing the silver guy, the main guy. She kind of is more addressing Ross and Neumann and Brooke. And she's like, I don't think it's fair for the three of you to have helped us and not have a safe home to go back to. So I want to help. If you'll have me. She
Of course.
she turns to Mr. Silver. She's like, I don't want for much. I know how I help in my own ways, but I am learning new things and having to change some of the ways I fight, and I have been thinking, I don't know if this is something you can help me with, or this is something that I will have to find someone who can, but... And she pulls her bow off her back, and it's the bow, the
wild bow.
The wild bow. And she's like, this, while not mine by right, I've grown quite fond of it. I know it is a rare and treasured item, but do you think you could find the means for me to keep it?
We can certainly reach out to to its prior owner. It is recognized as previously being in the possession of another hero of the realm.
If they... Is there anyone in your employ or that you are aware of that could help me adjust it?
In what way?
I cannot see on the battlefield. I cannot. I get my gauge from the sounds around me and the feeling of feet on the ground and the changes in the wind. But when that happens, it is not as quick as seeing someone run towards you. I do not have the luxury of being able to quickly change for close combat. She feels out and considers like the I'm not an archery person. Don't at me if you're someone who does archery, but the wooden bit, the curvy bit,
Yeah,
the
like
curvy wooden
the
bit.
bow itself.
Curvy wouldn't
Yeah.
use the technical terms.
Yeah, the curvy bit. And she's like, what if this became a weapon of itself? Of steel and of close combat. So functional as it was, but an easy swap out in a tight clutch.
From what I know of such artifacts, I do not know if much can be done to alter its form. However, there may be arcanists and artificers capable of fashioning some sort of implement that will add to its capabilities as an external device or attachment without altering the bow itself.
If I can work with some of your people, that will be suitable. Some better armor also would be appreciated. I don't get hit much, but it's better if it's harder.
Of course. Do you have any desires for enchantments to the armor or to the close quarters attachment for the bow?
The armor is fine, but I will have to work with you if it is even possible for these changes, for as far as the enchantments.
Of course.
I don't want to hold too much power in this one item, and it, well, power is a dangerous thing.
Of course.
She sort of steps back a little bit. That is all I will request.
Oh, Kais will sort of step forward. I don't know if, well, I mean, it's very generous of you to offer a reward for this, but we were going here anyway, so we I don't know if we. Well, I've only been part of this group for a little while, so they probably deserve stuff more than I do.
Can Buddy give a quick glance over to see what Kais's demeanor looks like right now? Awkward, I'm assuming.
Yeah, awkward. A little meek, in a way. Yeah.
He will pause a moment to see if Kais keeps talking, but then he will butt in if he doesn't.
He'll just sort of peter off and then kind of take a couple of steps back.
Okay, Bertie will pat him forward again, like in the small, not the small of his back, his back where he can reach. Okay, Kais, you could have gone with me. You're definitely part of like the reward process. We kind of landed the hit together.
Oh, well, yes, we did. But I don't know. It just feels odd asking for something when I already have a lot.
There could be anything. Well, for example, I feel kind of stupid asking for this now that this is all very noble, and I'm sure I've always said I'll be happy to help with the career stuff, but I think I need to do some stuff for myself as well now, because 3 months ago I wasn't even an adventurer. I want to buy a plot of land just out of Durham. I want to build a house. I don't know with that you can arrange that, or if you can just give me money. That's what I need, because I don't have very much, and that's what I want. I want a house for once. I want somewhere to live and go home to.
There is certainly land available that we can bequeath you, as well as funds to hire builders and oversee the production of it, as well as any sort of protections you would desire, or arcane or otherwise amenities.
Cool. That'd be awesome. I like that. Of course, I'll be helping with other stuff later, but yeah, I want to do some stuff for me now too. So I think that'd be good, and I think Kais, you can too.
Well, actually, I was going to ask her something very similar. I also wanted to build my own house, and I was wondering if you could, well, help me. I've had my eye on something for a while, but I wasn't sure if, if it's something that I can buy. You know what's within the realms of Durham and what's available for purchase, don't you?
Of course, yes.
Oh, is there a window?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just going to look out the window, and I would like to point at, in the distance, there is a large hill.
In the distance, there is a lot of city because you are in one of the central wards.
Damn it!
Unfortunately.
All right. Well, out to the northeast, I think, of here, about half a day's ride, there's a large hill with a lot of trees on it. It's very difficult to sort of get up, but I'd like to be able to buy a plot of land on top of it, and so that I can build a house.
That is certainly within what we are capable of bequeathing.
Okay, that's all. Thank you. And Caius is going to step back.
Braxton steps forward and says, like, I'm not an adventurer. I once was, but it has been a long, long time. I do not know. All I can think of is it would be nice to get a few upgrades to the shop security, if that is possible. Of course.
I keep having adventurers break in and ask me to save their lives or to come fight a god. It's just absolutely terrible. I am in need of
Alright. This can all be arranged. And there is one other thing, the reason that, apologies to you, Neumann, that the congregation outside could not come in. This is somewhat sensitive information at the moment. The realms of Erethold have been in discussions on the matter of unification. There have been a great many issues at hand over the past few years to a few decades that have shown us that we cannot stay as divided as we are. But there are also some who are reticent towards extreme change. Compromise that has been made is the founding of the Seven Reaches, the realms of the Lords of the Many, is divided up by the Council, are to become nations. And one of the things discussed between myself and the fellow Lords of the Many was that we would desire to bestow upon you the titles of Knights of the Seven Reaches.
Oh, that is nowhere near what I thought you were going to say. Yes, this will look great on my resume.
Do not be concerned, it is a purely honorific title, bearing few ceremonial privileges, but no obligations. I knew some of you were concerned about that in the wake of, well, the past few months that you have had. But
if I may, I cannot speak to all here, but I have been around for over 300 years. I have watched different nations rise and fall, different political conflicts across many different places I have traveled. What is to stop you giving us this title and then dragging our name down as soon as the power gets too much? I appreciate and I see just how high a title this is, but kindly I decline. My voice, myself, and my body, I want that to be my own, not to be under the name of any nation, I would not want to let you guys down, and I would not want you to let me down. So, no.
I understand your reservations and respect your decision.
I'm gonna have to decline as well. This group that you're talking about of unification, is this just for this continent?
It is putting into place what has been the effective function for the past while. There is no intent of expansion beyond Erethod's borders. We are, for the most part, separate physically from the rest of the world, and have no reason nor desire to overstretch ourselves.
That is very comforting to hear. I can imagine that you would understand as a Karasi that I'm not do not think very fondly of the idea of unification from a foreign source. But the reason that I am also declining is because I am not of this country, and my duty does not lie with this country, even symbolically, so I'm afraid I'm going to have to decline, although I do appreciate your offer and the kindness that you're showing us for what we have done is much appreciated.
I understand and I respect your decision.
Neumann, after hearing this, is gonna almost looks like he's in pain. He's like fighting himself on the inside. He's like, yeah, okay, I said yes, but I don't know, they were talking to my inner voice, which I ignored. Look, I'm going to free Karas, or I'm going to probably die trying. We'll see what happens. I think I can get a decent way. Should I hold the title of Knight of this process of unification when I will be waging basically my own war? Yes, I believe we deserve Karas back. I deserve Karas back. My family deserves Karas back. And he points at Ross and Rook as well. It's like, we all deserve Karas back as well. But should I be holding this title when I'm actively trying to separate the people who currently own that and return it to myself? I feel like maybe that isn't the best idea, and it would probably be bad for the greater image of what you guys are trying to achieve. So, again, as much as I would like it, I also will be respectfully declining, but am very grateful.
I understand and respect your decision.
Ross looks at Neumann and then she looks at Birdie and Caius to see what they're thinking.
Caius is staring at the ground. He's got his shoulders hunched. And there is a single tear that does drop.
Oh.
How's B looking?
Comparatively, I don't know. I'll roll a dice to see if Birdie notices that. It's natural 20. Okay, sorry, Mitch.
Caius, insight.
Oh yeah, true, it's advantage. Will I roll better?
Yeah.
No, I rolled a 20 again.
Oh my god!
Caius insight. Caius insight.
So Bird just knows. He just knows.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mitch. So Birdie will, I suppose because he's been standing next to him anyway, he'll kind of just put his he'll notice that, look deeply concerned. Try to grab, take Kai's hand. If Kais will let him.
Kai's hand is just limp.
He just holds it anyway, and then Barry's trying to be very overly flippant. It's well, all I have to ask is, does that mean people call me sir?
If you so desire.
Well, cool. Well, great. I can definitely respectfully understand people's views on that, and if other people don't want to take that either, sure, but I think that'd be awesome. And I'm looking to spend a lot more time in Durham, so that'd be great. I think that'd be awesome.
I just want to quickly put in here, if Birdie at all is gauging the reaction of the others, Anya is smiling and nodding in support, so she isn't at all looking like the decision of one way or the other is right or wrong. She's very much yeah, that sounds very right for Birdie.
But he's trying to very over the top look, very flippant about it. How's Kaius doing?
Yeah, Kaius is just quiet. He's still just waiting for everyone.
Cool. But he will keep holding his hand, but he'll just shut up now.
Ross observes all of this, and she looks at Neumann and she looks at this guy. When you say there would be ceremonial obligations,
Ceremonial privileges.
such as?
Pride of place, being guests of honor,
Only in Durham? Or
Erethold,
only in Erethold?
and potentially some foreign affairs where Erethold is relevant.
Ross looks at everyone and she goes, well, someone's got to get the Karasis on the invite list. I humbly accept your acknowledgement of our attributes and achievements.
Awesome! Cool, this is a very fun vibe in this room right now, I gotta say!
Yeah. Braxton says, I do not know what I can say other than I humbly accept.
Birdie will tap Kai's hand very slowly and be and then lean in and be you okay?
Sorry. I will also accept this burden.
Of course.
Was Tan? Oh, sorry.
I
just remember Tanip. Was she getting these as well?
She is speaking with one of the office workers.
Nice.
Yeah. Don't worry. As her connections to the convocation, she's not going unrewarded.
Oh,
Just,
fair.
Yeah.
Want that girl to be okay?
Yeah. Well, we will let you know when official ceremonies are to take place and the titles are to be officially conferred. Those of you who accepted.
Do we get any kind of logo, insignia, brooch, something like that?
Yes, we have people working on that, and they will be in contact with those of you who accepted. Of
Thank you.
course. And one final note is celebration, I believe, was promised. My staff have been out since the skies cleared, and organizing a celebration for this evening. Nothing overly fancy, but a large celebration. If you feel like it would be appropriate timing, this can be undertaken this evening. Otherwise, it can also be postponed a day or two.
What sort of event would this be? We were celebrating already. You were being quite vague.
Akin to a festival. Celebrations in the street. Music. Arts. All kinds of revelry.
I mean, like...
Of course, food and drink.
I'm not going to say no, I don't... Yes? And she kind of turns to the others, she's like, yes?
Yes, I think getting out of this awkward situation would be great. This is gonna become very awkward, like, very quickly. I'm just saying what I'm thinking.
How uncomfortable has this man been?
Roll me an insight check. Anyone who wants to
I also want to know.
get a read on this man.
Hold on. D&D Beyond's on my phone.
16.
Okay.
16.
Okay. Yeah, you do notice that there is a certain tenseness to him, but he still holds himself with a generally confident stance.
Politician, right? Thank you. That's very kind of you. I think everyone in this city would be happy to celebrate that calamity coming to pass as well. So a festival sounds in order.
Is our thoughts exactly. Well, I will make sure that your rewards are delivered to you as soon as they can be finalized. And I hope you enjoy your evening.
We will see you at the festival. And we humbly thank you once again.
I humbly thank you all on behalf of myself, the council, and all of Erethold.
No problem, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you leave and afternoon passes into evening and it's...
No, sorry, I have something very important to do.
Okay, yes, Neumann.
Yeah. So, as we depart out the front doors, I would like to know, have they been practicing Derby? Have they come up with modified congas? Just say yes or no and I can work with it.
You can see that a few people have been making attempts, but none of them seem to have worked out anything solid.
Right. So you, there, I like it. It's agile and aerial. It's very, very nice. And you over there, it's like supple yet slow. I quite like that one. And you over there, I'm not sure about that one. Actually, no, just give up. I'm sorry. This isn't for you. And you in the back over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, show me that again.
All right.
And now I'm imagining it's some sort of like tap dancing version of it. Like he's doing the whole little tip tap. It's like, that one's got rhythm. That one people can get into. You know what? And he points to the person in the front. He goes, yours was really good, actually. Yep. I think what I'm going to say is, it's not good enough, though. He goes to the other one in front next to him. He goes, look, you did better. But you didn't do the best. I'm sorry, but you're out. And he points to the one in the back and he goes, come on up.
Yeah.
Does he tap dance up?
Yeah.
You better.
Yeah, pretty good tap dancing. That's a natural 17 on the dice, so...
Damn, I thought you said they didn't come up with anything that good. Alright, this guy is doing awesome.
I guess this guy, you didn't quite notice how solid it was because he was right up the back.
I have a present for you, good sir. He hands him... Hang on, I just need to make sure this is the description I thought it was. Yes. He hands him a bottle. This bottle has suspended within it an amber liquid with a scorpion's tail, an adder's fang, a dead spider, and a tiny heart that, against all reason, is still beating. I hope that you teach other people this dance. And to make sure that you have more of an opportunity, I'm giving you this potion of longevity, which is basically a potion that will add years to his life.
Whoa!
Use this wisely. That could be the next big thing.
How does Neumann just have that?
He got given it a while ago. I think it was when, just after he got his armor, they were all eating in some restaurant. He somehow got it around back then. I can't quite remember, but I remember the heart still beating in it. I was like, damn, that's wild.
This guy could be a villain in a future campaign.
Tap dancing around, killing people.
With style.
Casting Otto's irresistible dance on everyone.
Yes.
Anyways, he raises his hand holding the potion with the tap dancer's hand in hand up to the sky and says, "We have a winner." And then, I'm happy, I'm satisfied. We can go on with it.
Okay.
That was the really important thing I needed to get done.
So as the afternoon passes towards evening, is there
Really
anything...
quickly, Darby?
Yes.
Oh, yes. So, I mean, Kai's not looking half right now, so I guess as we're leaving that, Bertie will, like, tap his, like, the hand again that's holding, like, hey.
Oh, hi.
Hey, are you okay? Do you want to talk about it?
Oh, I mean, congratulations on your knighthood. We're both sirs now, and we both, I guess, have plots of land to our name as well.
Yeah, that's it. It'll be cool.
There you go.
Hey, can we talk a little bit later?
Of course.
If you don't want to talk about it right now, but later. I have some stuff I want to tell you anyway.
Okay.
But it'll be okay. We'll talk about this.
All right.
Okay. And then Bertie will wander, like tap him on pat him on the back, and then he'll walk forward, ahead of the group, I guess.
Okay.
Whatever. Yeah.
Anything else people want to get done in the afternoon while all the festivities are being arranged?
I think while we're... do we go, like, back to the tavern to keep eating and stuff while we wait? Do we go outfit shopping? Who knows? I guess my actual question is, what does Caius do until he has his conversation with Bertie later?
Well, that's a good question. Caius is just sort of going to wander along with everyone else. He will, if there is time, sort of pull Ross aside. Do you mind if we have a quick talk?
Not at all. I was just looking for you.
Oh, well, here I am. Hi.
Hello.
But did you want to go first? Or...
No, I want to hear what you have to say.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not much. I just wanted to just check in. I know that we just killed the creature that killed you. And I know that you might be going through something difficult at the moment. But I just wanted to check in. I feel like it hasn't really been spoken about, but...
Thank you. I hadn't really thought about it. Because almost as soon as they were dead, but thank you. It wasn't as bad as it could have been. How did you feel seeing that creature again?
Well, I was, I was very worried. I've known that we were probably going to run into him again at some stage, or it, or whatever it was. And the creatures that it can summon. But I mean, you seem to deal with them very well, which is commendable. You performed very well.
Thank you. You and Birdie did a really good job.
Well, that was mostly Bertie, to be honest. He was sorry.
Couldn't have done a lot of it without you. He is powerful. He's incredibly powerful and far stronger and braver than he knows, but he enjoys your support, Caius.
I enjoy his.
Can I do an insight check, please? Just on Caius, I want to see. That's a 2, so that makes it a 7.
I mean, he seems to be telling the truth.
She mostly just wanted to check what his vibe was. It was more a vibe check than an insight check.
Well, his vibe changed from the start of the conversation to now. He's slightly more bubbly.
Okay. You and Birdie are like really good friends, yeah?
I would like to think so, yes.
Just you two seem really close, but I worry about Birdie, you know. And this seems silly because clearly you talk to him, and clearly he must already know. But like, you do tell him he's your friend, right?
Well, I mean, I have in the past, I think, but I don't. Well, I don't normally tell people those things. I normally just do things.
Oh, no. That's why I said I didn't want to presume. Just Birdie likes words.
Oh.
You know. And, you know, different people have different ways of expressing how they feel about each other, and, you know, sometimes they don't match up. I don't know, maybe... I mean, again, I'm not presuming you don't tell Birdie he's your friend. Just, you know, it might be good to remind him once in a while.
Well, no, that's... I probably should have checked that before the orphanage.
Orphanage?
Oh,
What orphanage?
thing a while ago. I bought out an orphanage for him.
What?
But
I'm sorry, could you repeat that for me, please?
oh well, no, it's nothing. I haven't really told him about it either. But I should
haven't
probably
told him?
talk to him more.
Why did you buy an orphanage for Birdie? He's not an orphan.
Well, no, he's not an orphan. But he's. I'm putting my foot in it.
No, Caius.
Mother told me I do this all the time.
No, this is a non-judgmental space, Caius. I just want you to explain your reasoning to me. This is fine. I'm listening. I care about you and I'm listening.
Oh, well, you know that, Bert, those, the people in the tavern that we were staying in, they're not Bertie's real parents.
No.
No. Well, Bertie's parents, real parents, aren't there. They're somewhere else. In a Fey world or something, whatever it's called.
In the Feywild, yes.
What? Yes, that. And so I felt bad that he was sort of raised by people who weren't his parents, because I was raised by my parents and I had a wonderful childhood. And I was just worried that he was expressing that he might not have been fully happy with that. And then I got sad thinking about other kids who might not have grown up with their parents. So I put 100,000 gold on an orphanage.
100,000 for Birdie.
I know, it should have been more.
But you didn't. But you haven't told Birdie.
Well, no, because I just did the action. So I know that I've done it, and that makes me feel better about the children, because their futures will grow up to be good.
Ross holds his hands, and she's like, Caius, you are a beautiful soul. You have a wonderful heart. Did it not cross your mind that maybe Birdie just wanted to talk about it?
I just get worried when I talk, because I'm not very good at it.
I mean,
I don't want to ruin what I've got.
I mean, Birdie seems to enjoy spending time with you. I assume he probably tells you that, doesn't he?
Well, yes, he does. He does talk about that quite. I should have pieced this together.
Do you believe him when he says that?
I do.
Okay. I think, Caius, there is no shame in being a person of action when it comes to showing people you care. I just think he, who is very used to people just leaving him behind, it helps to be told occasionally. And maybe actions can't just be for you to feel better. Maybe sometimes you need to do things for him too. What was the last thing you bought him that wasn't 100,000 gold on an orphanage?
I don't think I did. I mean, I sent him a rock.
Yes, I was there for that. Yeah,
Yes.
He quite likes that rock.
Oh, it's a good rock. Ravenna got that for me. So
Ravenna gave you a rock?
yes. Well, I mean, did you see it?
Yeah. Wait. Why did you give Birdie something your murderous ex gave you?
Oh, well, she wasn't murderous at the time. Nor was she an ex.
Right, but why did you... That must have been very important to you, and you just gave it to Birdie?
Well, yes.
Okay. You know what? I think your heart is in the right place, Caius. So, would you like to come with me to go shopping to buy Birdie a gift?
I think that would be a very good idea.
Okay. What kind of thing do you think Birdie would like, aside from a rock that Ravenna gave to you, or an orphanage?
Well, I suppose I could sort of branch out a bit, because those two are quite similar, aren't they?
Yeah, they certainly are.
What
Does Birdie like?
Well, I could buy him a bakery.
A whole I don't think he needs... How about we get the ingredients to make a pie?
That might be a good idea.
We can scale it down. You can maybe ask Birdie if he wants a bakery, because big purchases like that should be made with his knowledge. But let's go buy some maybe also we can get Birdie like a nice piece of jewelry or something. He likes earrings, maybe necklaces, a ring, who knows?
Okay. Let's do that.
Yes. You lead the way, Caius. You know Birdie better than I do. I'm just here to assist.
And we will go to a shopping district.
All right. And that's where we're going to leave it for this week.
Aww.
Nice.
I want to go forever.
Yeah, so we will have some fun with a post saving the world festival
Time.
next week, and yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh, so we're not going into the time skip yet. Hell yeah.
So that
Hell
is something of note. Next session for us, so 2 episodes time. The party are gonna have a bit of a time skip to have a bit of downtime, have a bit of development, all that, and
Yeah, it'd be interesting to know what happens for everyone.
yeah.
Keep watching and/or listening, and you'll find out.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, thanks for listening.
Yes, thank you
Thank
all
you for
very much,
listening.
guys.
See you next week.
Go on. Bye.
Bye.
Am I allergic to everything? It sucks.
Are you genuinely allergic to carrier pigeons?
Not specifically carrier pigeons.
Only pigeons that have been trained.
Only carrier pigeons. If they can hold mail, fuck them.
Most birds I'm allergic to.
Maybe you're just allergic to mail.
Yes. Your body
To
is
male?
like making
Oh,
antibodies
God.
against like,
Carrier
oh.
Only allergic to birds that were assigned male at birth.
There's Darby's stinger.
Yeah.
Unless we say something truly hilarious at the end. Anyway.
I just wrote another joke. So.